boys and girls, we're going to go through what it takes, what you need for eBay. This is the 5 things you need if you want to start eBay or make your eBay processes quicker. This is all the things that have really helped me sort of take my eBay to the next level, make things more efficient, make me more money, and speed things up in general. Because I'm doing what I used to do in like half the time. So all these methods, all these little tips and tricks, little bits and bobs, just speed up the process, make things a lot easier. If you can speed things up, you can make more money because you'll be able to do more of it in the same amount of time. So let's get started with the first one, which is pretty self-explanatory, but I don't feel like a lot of people use it enough, and that is a smartphone. Obviously 90% of you are probably watching this on a smartphone, so well done, you've already got one. But the way you need to be using it is with the eBay app. Now, the eBay app, again, most of you probably have it, but you're probably using it to maybe list items. I list items on the phone and send out offers, that sort of thing. It's the best, but the way you need to be using it is research. It's the best research tool out there. Now, you can obviously do this on the desktop computer as well on the website, but I recommend the phone. One, because it's easier for me to do it anyway. I'm not good at computers, but I can do phones pretty well. So yeah, you can do it either or, but I recommend the phone because one, you can do it on the move. So if you're out charity shop hunting, thrifting, car boot sales, you know, you're in the middle of the field at a car boot sale and you need to look someone up, bang, you've got your phone. It's great. It sells what someone's going to sell for, how fast it's going to sell. It tells you all of this stuff in an instant. So if you're not using the mobile app on the move, you need to get it now. That's the first one. Pretty self-explanatory. 99% of you will already have that, but it's really good for just doing your homework as well, right? If you want to learn about a brand, say you want to learn about Adidas, type in Adidas, say Adidas jumpers, go to the solds and click sold, and then high to low, and just see which Adidas jumpers sell for the most. And then when you're out in the charity shops, when you're out on the car boot sales, you know what to leave behind, you know what to pick up. Anyway, everyone knows that one, so let's get into the next one, which is photo setup area. Yeah, you need a photo shoot area. As you can see, mine is behind me. This is just the back. This is a bit of insulation board. I'll pop it up on screen what it is. It's called Celotex. It goes in between the walls. I don't pretend to know what I'm on about, but it goes in the wall to make things warmer, I believe. Yeah, just basically a bit of like polystyrene, but massive. As you can see, it's like 5'5" and, you know, fairly long as well, so it's perfect for taking pictures. This grey is just a blanket, well, it's actually a throw from B&M. Cost me £7 for 2 of them, so maybe you could keep one and put the other one on here. They recommend grey because it is the best for taking pictures. I don't pretend to know why, I just copy the best, and that is apparently the best. Yeah, the reason why I recommend this is it's so good. This, you can just kick it out and it does a slant. As you can imagine, it's like this at the minute, but if you kick it out, it's then like that, and you can lay your items on top. It looks very professional. I'll pop up on screen what it looks like with a piece of clothing on it. Yeah, really smart, really quick way of doing it. It packs away really neatly, so you can just put it up against the wall. You could, if you really wanted to, is put a blanket on the floor. The reason I don't recommend that is because it's hard work to keep bending down and messing around. So this is a good way of doing it, good alternative. And you get all the same benefits of laying stuff flat. Obviously you're going to want lights as well. The bigger the lights, the better. You kind of want these sort of lights. I'll pop up on screen, but if you can only get like the ring lights from B&M, that will do to start with. I don't really need them because I'm in like an industrial place, commercial place, and it has white lighting, so the lighting's pretty good as it is anyway. If I really wanted to take it to the next step, I could get one of those lights, but I don't really need it. But if you're at home or something like that, your home lighting probably has a yellow tint to it, so maybe get some white lights, gives you the best results. As for photos as well, they recommend taking them on an actual camera, like top end. Like, this is not something you need, but if you want to go to another level, taking them on an actual camera helps a lot, because I find on my phone, if I list something blue, if I list this cap and I focus and it decides to focus on the blue part, it will come out like a weird like yellowy colour for the background. So I don't know if that's just something to do with the lighting and the settings, and apparently on a digital camera, like an actual click camera, that won't happen because you can set the settings to not do that. But yeah, again, that's just extra. Next up, we need storage system. Storage system is like, The storage system and having a SKU system, more importantly, is going to take your eBay to a new level. So I don't know what everyone sells on here, but I sell primarily clothing. So I'm going to spin the camera around and show you how I store stuff. This works for anything that will fit in a poly mailer. So if I pull out this, oh, that's not a good idea. This middle one, you can still see that. As you can see, I've got all my bags in here, and I can just pull out and then pull one out. There you go. So anything this size, so as you can see, you'd fit a video game in there, you'd fit a pair of shoes in there if you had a big enough bag, deep enough bag. But yeah, there's shoes in here as well. I fit quite a lot of shoes. What else could you fit in there? Remote controls are quite good sellers. Anything like that will fit in this as well. Console controllers, anything, as long as it fits in there. Goes in there, you put assign a number to each bag, and then you put that number in the SKU system, and it takes about 10 seconds to find your item. Highly recommend it. It is very versatile. If you have anything bigger, like big coats, you can use this storage system, or if you sell like PlayStations, this is another great storage system. So if I drop you down, you can see the first two boxes here, A4 and F. So you just put that in your SKU system. So F, you know where it is, you go and find it in that box. The only problem with this is if you get a lot of stuff in the box, little trinkets, you're going to be looking for ages. And if it's at the bottom box, you're going to be digging and having to lift all these boxes off. Every time I sell something down the bottom, I get really annoyed with it because I'm like, damn it, I have to dig for it. Yeah, this is another great option if you sell bigger stuff, heavier duty stuff. That is another option. Let's go on to number, what are we on now? 4, 5, 4. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is now packing area. You might not think this is a big deal, but having somewhere where you designate packaging, I highly recommend having it standing height. So I use my desk in the shop. I have like a where the till is, I have a desk counter that I can stand up at. That's a good thing. You don't really want to be sitting because you're going to need boxes, you're going to need to be able to move, so you need to be able to stand in, and you don't want to be leaning over because you're going to do your back in. Something where it's nice and you can work whilst you're standing is perfect. So yeah, so a counter or a worktop, or you know, kitchen side table, whatever it is, yeah, you can stand, perfect. And yeah, so this is the same point. So if you're selling clothing, make sure you have unlimited poly mailers because you don't want to be running out. Make sure your poly mailers are the right size. You'll have a small size like them and have a big size in case you get a multi-quantity listing, so a 10 item sale and you only have small bags, you're going to be fucked if it all goes out in the same order. So make sure you've got some big bags, make sure you've got some small bags. If you're selling heavy goods, maybe you're selling glassware, make sure you've got your bubble wraps, make sure you've got your void filler. Be ready to go. There's nothing worse than selling something and being like, let me just nip to Poundland and get stuff, and you're running around all the supermarkets trying to find bubble wrap. You overpay for bubble wrap because you ran out. You go to Sainsbury's and you're paying £3 for a tiny bit of bubble wrap, and you only sold the item for 15 quid, and you spent £3 just on the bubble wrap. You're gonna run out of money pretty quick. So if you're selling stuff with bubble wrap, that's fine. Factor that into your costs, but make sure you're ready to go on the day at any moment to package an item. Don't be wasting time running around the shops trying to find stuff. So yeah, just about being prepared, and you'll be on to a winner. This is an extra one I've just remembered. You need to have one of these bad boys. This is a meter ruler. I would, in hindsight, get one that's just got inches on it. This is good for anything you sell, even if you're selling collectible toys. You know, you need one of these to put next to it to give a reference of how big it is. A lot of people use like a 20p, but just use this. It's very versatile. This is much easier than a tape measure. Reason why you don't want to use a tape measure is if you're selling clothing and you retract it, because I don't know if you've ever used a tape measure, but when you retract it, it comes in 100 miles an hour, and if it catches you, it can cut you, and then that goes on the white t-shirt. Yeah, you're not going to be able to sell that. So yeah, highly recommend getting a meter ruler. Best method there. And number 5, last one. This is a little bit of a bonus one, a little bit of a if you need it or not. It's up to you, but this is what I recommend. Is you get somewhere where you can go and learn. I recommend the Facebook group that I'm in. If you want to join that, look into that. It's called Tech and Sports on YouTube. Just type that in, it comes up with this guy's channel. He runs it. He'll tell you all about it. But I recommend, if it's not that, I recommend having somewhere you can go and learn about your niche maybe. So if If you're into antiques, join antique groups. If you're into collectible toys, make sure you're in the collectible toy groups on Facebook. Whatever it is, clothing, make sure you're in clothing groups. Even if it's like not resellers, if it's just like clothing enthusiasts, they're still going to teach you a lot. If you find someone at a charity shop, you can put it in there. People love to tell you what it is, what year, all this sort of stuff. So just make sure you're in some sort of group or group chat, anything like that, where you can sort of learn, bounce ideas off people. It goes a long way. I recently joined that Facebook group. My business is doing so much better now. I've just got a reference point, got accountability posts every day. You put in there how much you listed, how much you sold, and it just keeps you on track, because you can't lie. Well, you could lie, but you're only cheating yourself. But yeah, it just keeps you accountable, thinking, shit, I better do some work because I've got to put it in the group chat, and if I don't post it one day, they're all going to know that I didn't post it. So yeah, it's very important to have somewhere where you maybe have an accountability partner. That's great just for in general in life. That's what the group can be used for. And then obviously to bounce ideas / get information on a piece of clothing or collectible, if you don't know what it is, goes a long way. So, and it can save you hours of research as well. And if they're enthusiastic about clothing or toys, people love telling you it. People love showing off their knowledge. That's one thing I've learned, is just people love it. If they know what it is, they'll just want to show you, tell you everything about it, because they're just happy that they know it, and they're happy to share it because it makes them look cool or clever or whatever. So yeah, that was number 5, and that concludes all of them. You can't go wrong with what I just said. Get all of that stuff in. I'm by no means an expert in eBay, but I've been doing it for about a year full time now, and this is what I've learned. This is everything that's sort of narrowed down. I'm sure over the next couple of years I'll refine that even more, but this is everything I've got at the minute, and it's serving me well. We're doing good. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, like the video, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you when I see you, which is probably a little while because I'm going away on holiday, but we'll be back when the car boots are back. See you there. Take care. Bye bye.